For whatever reason, it doesn't want anything to do with you. Because you're going to expose it.
Oh my God.
But he won't let me catch him. I'm not allowed to catch him.
Listen to my voice real quick.
Oh shit, now it's getting real.
What the is going on? No, Robert, no!
I don't care what you believe in. I mean, that right there is amazing to me.
I gave up everything to walk down this road. Myth, danger, adrenaline. I've learned a lot along the way, and I've adapted my methods accordingly. For one, I wasn't sure how I felt about psychics, but I've tested them. I can say at least the ones I've worked with are legit. I never dreamed I would own a seminary, but I do. This entire journey has made me undeniably passionate about saving our past. My friends and I use unconventional methods to find the truth within every legend and to capture the voices of spirits.
Whoa, that's a human tone voice.
You may have heard my name. It's Adam, and I invite you to travel with me as we find and call the resident undead. The Monroe House. Located in the small town of Hartford City, Indiana, this modest residential home has acquired quite the reputation. Back when I first met Chris in 2013, he was the first one who put this location on my radar. Since then, I've always been intrigued with the legend and mystery that surrounded the property. From the rumors of domestic violence, murder, and occult rituals, it would appear that there are several layers of dark energy present. As for a solid explanation of what's going on here, well, those truths are up for grabs, as it would appear a lot of its past has been whitewashed. But if the rumors are true, then we're about to step foot into the epicenter of one of Indiana's most extreme hauntings. For years I've wanted to come to this location, but as I've always said, timing is everything. Our good friend Michelle Belanger has been here before but was unable to investigate, and now I've found the opportunity to remedy that. With both her and Rebecca working in tandem, beginning with individual morning walkthroughs to obtain impressions, we're going to dive deep into the rabbit hole that sits at the intersection of Monroe and Franklin. It's rolling around 9 o'clock and we are beginning our investigation of the Monroe house. It's already been crazy during the day. We've done a lot of things that we'll explain here shortly, but before I do that, I'm going to introduce the team real quick. Mr. Musgrove.
It's game time.
It's back in your home state finally, back in Indiana.
Yeah, been here a couple times, but it's been a couple years. It's changed.
Oh, no doubt.
Let's go.
Sweet Weebs-a-Palooza.
Thank you.
How are you tonight?
Good.
It's about to get a lot better too.
Feeling the energy.
We'll ever.
Woolever. How do you say it?
Lover.
Exactly how it's spelled.
Woolever.
Hell yeah.
Woolever.
Whatever, whatever.
Woo, lover. Get it, guys? Come on. Hey,
How are you?
just effing peachy, man.
We do have someone special to bring here with us tonight. She's been here before, and this is another shot at the place here.
Monroe House, round 2.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna work our way around this. It's actually looks smaller than it really is. When you get in here, a lot of rooms, a lot of things to work with. So we'll work our way around, all right? For our first 20 minutes, no impressions were felt, and our first active EVP session yielded no solid captures. With this happening, I decided to take all of us down to where I believe the source of this haunting originates. And the reason that I took us down here is just because honestly, you had said something earlier today that really resonated with me. When we did your walkthrough, you talked about this being a place of almost like the tentacles reaching out, almost like a heartbeat of the house. And it reached out from there.
This is where it lives. It might not be where it started out, but it's where it feels most at home. It's where it feels most protected. It's the space that people tend to forget about and not want to come down to, so it's a nice little haven for something to curl up in a corner and just be the spooky thing in the dark. But it has tendrils that it sends all the way up. Think of it like, I don't know, this thing is, so I don't know the history of the land out here. And given the sense that it almost feels like a thing that is reaching up from below and like twining up through the house, I'd want to know what the history here was. What was this place before it was a city? What was this place before there was a house built here? I wouldn't be surprised if we were able to hear what tales had been told about this place before white settlers came. I would not be surprised to hear that this was a place that was rumored to have something that hunted in the dark.
Which was very, very fascinating. I don't know why I just resonated hearing that. That was just, I get it. And there's a lot of stuff, the legend revolves around this place. It makes perfect sense to me.
Well, there's almost a sense of like another force that is like a puppet master for all the other things that have happened here. And that thing is definitely non-human in my opinion. There's other stuff that, you know, happened up in the house, but all of that I think ties to this thing that wants to make it happen, that is interested in. I think it feeds off of the fear and the chaos, and while it might not necessarily want to kill people, I think that sometimes it might lead people to do things like that too. It's got a corrupting influence.
You know what, Chris?
Yeah, I know what.
Good old boy.
You want me down there, don't you?
This is your state, you know, it's your thing, and I think this would be a very cozy place for you. 20 minutes, set up some cams.
Let's be real. It's not like, Adam, you want me down here. You're like, game on.
Yeah, you want this? Oh, yeah,
I ain't
exactly.
gonna lie, I want to be down there. Let's do it.
A quarantine is the part of the night where we will isolate ourselves in the location's most highly active areas. The concept is simple. Since we believe some spirits are intimidated of our numbers, this will give them the opportunity to feel less threatened. Chris will be our bait as we monitor from the inside of a U-Haul truck. Next to us, Michelle will be isolated in an SUV where she will remote view all the activity happening. So for the next 20 minutes, Chris is going to help us understand what we're up against.
Oh my God.
We're synced.
We are synced.
All right. All right, we're about to roll on Pandora's.
Yeah. I'm smiling now.
And Pandora's are running. Here you go, buddy. All right.
What's he laughing for? And you're the last one in the house?
Last one. You're by yourself after this, buddy. I'm going to the U-Haul.
Where it's nice and toasty.
It was nice and toasty.
And I'm left in a dark dungeon. Holy shit.
Lights out.
Look how freaking happy he is. He
Holy
is.
shit.
But Chris is actually way easier to connect to, and he's a little tricky.
I think I just heard Adam shut the door. As he said, he's the last one out, so I'm the only one in the house. In the basement.
Yeah. That was loud.
My name's Chris. Can you tell me your name?
My name's Chris. Can you tell me your name?
What we're going to do to prevent front loading is, first off, we're going to put Weebs with headphones and ear jacks in. She's not going to be able to hear our conversation, okay? Music and the noise reduction headphones.
Native American music.
10 minutes into this quarantine, we're gonna switch. Becca's gonna get it, and it's just gonna be
Tell me
Weeds
what
not
about
watching.
this basement. Can you tell me what this basement was used
Listening
for?
to Native American music. That's
Get
so
it.
cool. You are
Get
so
it.
cool right now.
Can you tell me what this basement was used for?
Can you tell me what this basement was used for?
The presence in the house, the thing that's attached to the space, is kind of fighting me with this. Like, it doesn't like the idea of having something else in its space, doing the things that it likes to do. Like, there's definitely a sense of like I'm infringing on its territory. So we'll see which one of us is the bigger badass.
Footsteps.
What is great about this is he is completely isolated in the Monroe house right now. There's no one else in the house. Michelle's outside in the SUV with Shay. We're all in here. He's by himself.
That just got really sinister.
Feel.
This is so fun. So what I just saw is a little girl walk in and stare at him, but it's not a little girl. Like, it's just like it's sinister presence. So it's something masquerading as a little girl.
Total different feel when you're alone down here.
You're welcome down here.
I feel like I have to apologize to Becca because I think that just splashed her.
I feel I feel his chest tightening. I see Michelle's presence.
I would have expected the basement to be the thing that keeps me out, but that's the easiest place to access. A lot of the rooms upstairs are hard to get to. Upstairs. Let's try to make noise when I'm going up those stairs.
Oh my God. Amazing footsteps right above me. There's nobody in the house.
Correct, nobody in the house.
Yes!
How did these bones get down here?
How did these bones get down here?
Sinister, it's sinister. It's talking about you think you're big on your home turf.
If it ain't catching it, I'm catching footsteps. I'm hearing footsteps come from the kitchen to right above me to the other room over, like constant walking back and forth. Like they're pacing, wanting to come down here.
Close to him, the presence is moving in, the intimidation is moving in.
Go ahead and tell this guy, see if he can show his face to you. What did you just hear? I thought it interrupt. What did you hear?
No, I just, when I looked over this way, it almost looked like a little ball of light, almost like a firefly coming down by the stairs right here. I seen it with my own eyes. Like, I didn't see it in the camera, I seen it with... Whoever I'm hearing upstairs, whoever's down here hiding behind that board, show your face to me.
Show your face to me.
Oh, 12 minutes. Switch up. Release the Weebs-a-Palooza.
Release the Kraken.
It keeps changing down here. And not for the good.
I feel like he keeps getting his attention caught by something making noise or some other presence. That's not me.
I feel like I'm spinning. Like I'm on a tilt-a-whirl. What I saw was
Are you back there?
the man that I saw earlier, the man in the coveralls.
Yes.
And the dark-haired girl. I saw him chasing her down those stairs and literally pushing past Chris. So I don't know if he physically felt something go past him, felt something at his back, but they literally went around him, and this girl runs and cowers in that space, that little
The
cutout.
space he was stuck,
Yes,
yep.
that cutout that's down there.
Pandoors are going crazy as fuck. Gosh. Of ice cold air just hit me in the face that I haven't felt since I've been down here. I gotta ask. There were some objects found out down here not too long ago. Can you tell me what those objects, and you know what they are, what they were used for?
Just so I know here, what's your timer out on your camera?
1845.
Alright, I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes over. Just take a walk when you see the lake to the 21, 22-minute mark. Let me know.
Okay. Did you try to hide a body down here?
We're coming in here, guys. You want to shut those Pandoras down?
It's in your brain?
So my psychic brain just spasmed. It's okay. I'm good. I just felt it weird. Shakes. Shakes.
Welcome home.
Wow. Oh, real.
Things like to play.
I mean, that's unreal. I've never seen
So,
I've never
for
seen
anyone that's like wondering here, the dowsing rods all throughout the day and night have been pointing at Wooliver. You're
He
gonna right
walks.
here.
I like when I was just starting to like get a feel for like how they're gonna work in here.
Oh,
You
that's-
just
that's-
followed him around the room.
It's crazy.
Hey, Wooliver, walk towards Chris.
Look at that. Look at that. Dude.
Should I go back? We'll go back.
So he's got his own special magnetic
I
field.
don't even
Is that
know.
what that means? What does the dowsing rod detect supposedly? Water?
Look, there it goes again. Look at
it
that.
varies.
Look at that.
So like it's
That is ridiculous, man. I can't explain it.
He loves it. He loves it.
I do. I mean, it's amazing. I mean,
so how I was taught to use them was you would focus on the thing that you were looking for. So you can use them for water and stuff, and I'll just use them in places like this to just first of all see what they do. Like really, really high energy places. You've seen them at like a couple places where they'll just spin. Like Madison Seminary is a place with like I was with Kathy Santori and her husband Tony, and like they were just helicopters. I mean, like they didn't stop. I was up in the attic, I think, and here I was just like, okay, well, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with you, and they're like, Wooliver, we're just gonna follow him around. Why not?
So interesting because as he's moving, they're moving
Yeah.
and go back to him. That is so strange.
yeah. They stay on him. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I
They're
honestly
staying on him.
do not know why.
Yeah.
Wolver, go over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at that.
Crazy.
Look. Are you kidding me? I'm coming. I don't care what you believe in. I mean, that right there is just amazing to me. I mean, caught on video too. Now it's pointing at me. Oh no.
I'm sorry, I'm more like, I want to film this guy in 8 years. How many years has it been? I've never seen you this tickled.
I mean, use over EVPs.
No, it's seriously, but I get like
Look at
this
him
is,
now. I should never said nothing.
no, it's like, yeah.
Let's go back.
No, it's,
It is.
It is.
It's cool.
And Michelle,
cool
look how
shit.
still Michelle's hands are. Like, big tasty.
I wanted to hear it one more time. I wanted to hear it one more time.
Big
Wow.
tasty.
Well, there we have it.
Yeah, you missed it. It went pretty fast.
After 8 years of investigating, I doubt I'm the only one who believes that laughter uniquely charges the spirits of a location. Given what Michelle and Becca told me during their separate morning walkthroughs, I have a feeling the positive emotions that we're putting into the environment will do something to whatever's deemed negative here. So with this, I decided for the next 20 minutes that Michelle and I would isolate ourselves in the furthest upstairs room, and together we'd continue unraveling the mystery at Monroe. Which is even in the last minute,
Yeah.
something changed.
Boomtown.
Alright, we're synced up here.
We are synced. So I'm not supposed to radio in, I take it. Okay. I just feel real weird right now.
What do we even call this room?
The creepy nursery? Like, I
The
don't
creepy
know.
nursery.
It's really like the child's playroom, or at least people have set it up to be like that. Like, it's clear that investigators come up here hoping that things are going to play with toys.
Like, yeah. You know, you said something very interesting, and it was in the room with the dolls.
Yeah,
They were saying like it's almost like feeding the haunting in a sense.
yeah. Huh. She's interesting. Okay, so, I mean, this stuff is obviously set up here to kind of also set the tone of a room. And the thing about like dolls and stuff like this is, even if they aren't haunted when the people who pick them up grab them to put into a place like this, there's so many people who come and go and just sort of attribute power to that. Like, they can become effigies, they can become things that are like a focal point. So the very expectation that they're going to be haunted in a place like this can sometimes lead them to be. So there's a lot of like weird energy with this.
You also mentioned something that was trying to pull in, like it was a game, just enough to. I think the way you put it was just enough to keep your interest, but never give a lot.
If a place can be sentient, if a place has a spirit of its own, this one is smug. Like, it knows it has a secret, and it kind of enjoys with people. Like, and it kind of is like, hey, let's go look over. Oh, no, there's nothing over here. Oh, by the way, something's gonna just go make a bang right in the room that you're at. And it's a little more than just mischievous. I think it passes itself off as mischievous at first to, again, lure people in, to keep their attention, to keep it going. I think it's feeding off of people.
Hey, dude, where the do you go? You hiding? He's hiding.
But I see a little girl combing a doll's hair, saying, "They think I'm scary. I'm not scary. Who's he? He's nice. I like him." Gone, disappeared. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Ooh, the energy just got really sinister and dark. Interesting. Just an impression, not an actual spirit, but the little girl disappeared right before the energy got dark. Is that... Okay, so the energy is circling me. I saw the man's face, but he won't let me catch him. I'm not allowed to catch him. He spit at me. Who are you?
When I was doing the projection into the house, one of the things that I definitely noticed was like it would shift where it was at. So like it was almost, I'm not gonna say playing tag, but it would be like over this room, and as soon as you turn your attention to that room, then it would be in a different room, and it's very much about toying with people, playing with people, but not in a fun, mischievous way, mostly in a, no, let me keep you going, let me keep this interest going, and then ramping up to a point to just be like, rah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You got it. Say, where'd you go?
Where'd you go? You hiding?
I'm just gonna say that me and these, they never work the way they're actually supposed to with me. They tend to be really active, but
I feel something here, but it doesn't have a form for me to read.
It's always hard to kind of embrace the feelings in a room when you're just watching this, but just even in the last minute,
yeah,
something changed. Listen to my voice real quick.
Oh shit, now it's getting real.
So take this into account. More will follow. If you impress us, I assure you, you will have a very big food source.
sorry. They just, yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right. Hang on, I'm gonna. Hey, send Wooliver up. Bring Wooliver up, and I'm gonna do an active EVP when he gets up here. All right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Nice.
So much power behind that.
Is that you, Wooliver? Consider this an olive branch. Wooliver.
Like he's a sacrifice.
We're gonna do a quick active EVP. This one's for David. This is David right here. I'm gonna have him ask one question, all right? He's gonna give you 1 minute to respond.
That's crazy.
All right, get ready. This is your shot. Before this house was here, what was this land? Ending.
Fascinating. Right before you're ending, guys, watch that like pull on you
Yeah.
to go that way. Playing back.
Before this house was here, what was this land? What was this land?
Hang on, I just heard 2 steps. Hey, everybody's at the U-Haul, right?
Yeah, we're all put down here.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's
There's someone talking.
Well, I can hear somebody talking that
out there, but yeah. The last 20 minutes reconfirm what I was already suspecting. We are in the presence of something non-human. Something that existed before us. I'd be the last to admit it, but if it wasn't for other encounters along this journey already, I'd say we were just dealing with an advanced psychopath spirit. But after encountering the Goat Man at St. Albans,
You can't make deals with things that aren't human.
and absolute evil at the House of Wills, it's safe to say another one has emerged. It knows why we're here. It knows what we want, and unfortunately, it's only going to speak with us on its own terms. Earlier today, you said something that really resonated when you talked about the this den of...
Den of sin.
That's what it was.
It was. So yeah, this was the first strong impression that I got of, actually he came out of this room back here, the man in the coveralls who has the very strong God complex.
He has a God complex, if that makes any sense. That he thought that whatever he could do, he could get away with it, and that's why he's literally standing behind that pulpit, like he's got to get out of my brain. Like he's standing back here, like with his arm, like he's preaching to a church. Like nobody could get me. Nobody knew what I did. And I don't think anybody ever found out what he did. This guy is... Okay, what did I just call that a few minutes ago? The den of sin, which is what he said to me. Look at this, what this has opened up to. Christ receiveth sinful men.
So yeah, the den of sin, that's what he said to me.
So, you got a fire spirit box on you, Chris?
Yeah, that right here.
All right, let's fire that up real quick in here.
Frequencies.
Oh, there one.
There we go. Good ear back.
Music.
Reverse.
There we go.
Can you say one of our names? Can you say Michelle?
He's really loud, but they come from the spirit box, so that you should know her face.
You heard a man say that? What did you get with there?
I know this might make it hard to catch it with that, but stop talking in that room.
Oh, like that.
Everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, carry that. Like, yeah, next
Yeah,
to
just,
them.
just gonna put a foot in there from where the rest of us are at.
Is this sort of shielded? Maybe.
Yeah, one more step back.
So one more step back
Yeah,
first.
one more step back.
One more,
Yeah, that.
Oh, change.
Weird!
Dude.
Holy
See that? Or
shit!
did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, her, yeah.
It skipped to the right
It
spot.
started to step, yeah. The minute you step back. It was expected that no responses would be captured over the spirit box. But ironically, everything is coming together to help us lead up to the final attack. There was something Becca said earlier in her walkthrough that would guide us to our next move.
The energy doesn't react well with your energy. There's a lot of so when I was by myself, the energy was very intense. When I walked in with a horde of men, the energy lessened. Which, if I were to translate that, I would say it means that the domineering energy that is in this space is male. He is a man who perceives himself as an alpha male. With this being known that the entity seems to retreat around males, this is the perfect time to send Weebs in for her quarantine.
I want to see what the house wants to tell her. I think the house wants to tell her something.
Free and clear.
Okay.
All right, firing up Pandora's. Pandora's are running. You're set.
We're good.
Just make sure you're good here.
I think I'm getting a nice little path worn in for this. Which is a relief, because the first time was really tough.
All right, where's the police up?
Oh, shit.
It's all yours.
All right, so Adam is exiting the building right now. Gonna wait till I hear him get out there, till I kind of get started.
Let me see if I can find Annie. Oh, that's easy. Wow, okay, that was really easy. All right, I've got her. Let's...
Okay, I just heard Adam close the U-Haul door.
Damn right you did.
All right. So the room that I'm standing in is the one that when I came in here earlier, the negative man
came to me first, and he said to me, "This is my den of sin." And so that's what I called it.
She don't have a radio.
No, she has no
Did you hurt someone in this home? Did you hurt someone in this home?
Holy shit, I've never seen her that forceful. She is not pleased. Get it,
Put
Weaves.
her lips.
Noises in the front part of the house too, but I can't distinguish what they are. Not footsteps, it's just like movement all around me.
And again, something catches her attention. I'm gonna keep this up for a couple more moments and then switch tactics.
Can you tell me who the human remains were that they found in the basement of this house? Who was that?
Calculating.
Can you tell me who the human remains were
They were human.
that they found in the basement of this house? Who was that?
Chicken.
From a chicken, possibly.
But nobody says or nobody knows.
Inconclusive. It's still an ongoing investigation.
Why did you do what you did to that woman?
Ooh, he's a little dirty. He's a little slimy of a human.
Did you hate women so much that you felt like you had to physically control and harm them?
I'm really curious what if we can confirm the history of people who had not just practiced I don't know, out of pocket, cobbled together magic, but people who had some real training. That one room with the podium really feels like some people were doing work in there pretty consistently. And by work I mean like ritual work of some sort.
Why is there a church podium in this house? Who put this here? Who put this here?
Okay, so the man is moving in on her. There's like a trying to assess whether or not he can take advantage of her, whether or not he can dominate her. But notice how Weaves is kind of like, you can see that she instinctually seems to feel this.
I'm gonna let it do whatever it's doing for a couple of minutes, because I want to see what the house wants to tell her. I think the house wants to tell her something.
Were you a sinful man?
Yeah. Pushing back. Okay. Well, f*** you, buddy. I am still gonna do this.
And I just realized that Adam left me without a walkie. Thanks, Adam. And I just realized that Adam left me without a walkie.
Yes, I did. With Weeb's quarantine halfway through, I decided to change it up and have her use the Geobox.
Adam's coming in right now. I heard the door open. Are you gonna refuse to talk to me? Are you gonna refuse to talk to me?
Holy shit!
He said, talk to me. I am talking to you. Can you tell me what your name is?
Scoot a little closer to the ball.
Alright, 10:05, I'll go back in if they haven't called called the end of this little bit of fun. I really want to know what's going on with her, though.
Do you like the fact that people come in here and talk to you, that they give you that attention?
That's us.
Gotcha.
Weeb's time. Incredible stuff.
Yeah?
With Weebs getting amazing results during her quarantine, it would appear we're successfully luring this thing back in. And with that, I felt it was time to execute the Night's Ripple. A ripple in time is a favorite Resident Undead strategy used in order to simulate the dead for maximum interaction. We believe that if you introduce something from their past, they're much more likely to interact with you. Michelle and Becca will be on the sidelines watching this recreation and taking note of anyone we get the attention of. For this ripple, Chris and I will do it in the epicenter of this haunting, the basement, where it's rumored someone was murdered. For the next 20 minutes, everything has to count, because we're only going to get one shot to get this entity to answer to us.
What the f is going on? No, Robert, no!
They're bromance, they might like that. Yeah.
Rolling on Pandora's, this is Monroe Basement Ripple. All right, give me about 30 seconds, Chris. All right. Ready when you are, Chris.
I got you, you son of a. I told you I'd end your life, you piece of shit. Hey, Steve, come down here. I got something to show you.
Robert, you yelling at yourself down here? I heard you yell. What do you got?
This is what I got, big boy.
Robert, what the hell is this? What is this?
You remember that guy I told you about a couple days ago I was having troubles with? I ended his life.
Robert, no, no. We talked about this shit. Oh my God, I can't believe you did this.
I don't care. I had to.
This is,
I had to. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I need you to help me hide him. I need you to help me hide him.
My stomach is turning. I can't believe you did this shit.
We gotta get him hid.
My stomach's turning. You gotta tell me this is a joke. Is this real?
Oh, it's real, all right.
Oh my God, I think I'm gonna vomit.
Oh my God, I want to vomit.
Robert, you're such an idiot. You're such a stupid idiot. This is murder. I can't even fathom the idea of this. I hate the son of a too. But seriously?
I think I was seen coming down here with him, though. We need to hide him.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Walk me through this bullshit. Walk me through and explain how did it get to where we are right now? How did it get here?
He would not leave me alone. He kept doing his shit. I told him over and over to stop, or I was gonna end it, and I did.
Well, shit. All right. There's nothing else to do right now. You want to put it in the wall?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we take this board down, I think it will fit in there.
Oh my God, I can't believe we are here right now.
But it's gonna take both of us to do it.
All right. God damn it, Robert. What the is going on? No, Robert, no! Son of a Robert, He wasn't even dead. He wasn't even dead.
I hit him over and over though.
Shit, he's dead now. All right. We're never going to speak of this again.
Okay.
I'm with you. I get it. We'll take this board down. I swear to God this never comes out of your mouth, my mouth, ever.
Deal.
And Ripple.
Yes.
Yes. That felt good. Hey, Shay, you still with us?
Amen.
Oh. All right.
So there was definitely a sense of waiting, almost impatience. And then I broke this down into like each of your little scenes. So like 1, 2, 3. First one, nothing, just waiting. Water was dripping. Second one, again, drips, nothing. It liked the yelling, and I noticed that it started to get a little bit warmer if the more agitated you guys got. And that, like, the first time I was like, maybe I just acclimated to the cold, because it's cold down here. But so at 5, when you were like, your character, Kimmel, acted like he wasn't keen on the whole killing thing, and there was a lot of, it didn't like that, it was critical. Like there was some like, pansy, like the, oh my God, I'm gonna vomit, and it was like, kill him. So it was kind of like cheering on the carnage. By 6, there was almost, again, like the shaking pom-poms going, fighting, yeah, yell some more. And again, it got warmer. And I got a sudden bit of vertigo, like that, the feeling that I got in a couple of the other places, like they just sort of like, the world tilted a bit. So that had the sense of, I don't know, like the space contracted, like we had the interest of the space, like very keenly at that point.
What did you see, Becca?
I'm not as organized as Michelle, unfortunately, so I can't tell you when. But I can say I did have no movement for however long. Before you started, I saw this like face in the dark looking back at me, like just with a creepy smile, like just like a sinister smile. So a lot of this stuff I was having trouble understanding and interpreting. Like I saw blue eyes, cool. I heard the word behave, okay, and then but then I started to I heard what's alive, but a lot of what I heard was inaudible, like I couldn't make it out. Like, for example, there was an emotional reaction. I felt that emotion, but it was not an emotion I can place. It's not something that resonates with me in any way, but I knew that it was an emotion and I felt it fill the space. Energy under the stairs, walls moving in on me. I think that's it. Do we need to go see if somebody tried to come get us?
No, came to
You're
get us.
walking up right now?
After 22 hours at the Monroe house, we decided to wrap up our investigation. But I wouldn't be lying to you if I said I was ready to go another 22 straight. This has been the first location in 8 years where I wanted to stay and continue investigating. We made a lot of progress understanding what this entity is, but there's something inside of me that tells me that we can finish this. So I guess it's not far-fetched to say we will return to Monroe.
For whatever reason, it doesn't want anything to do with you. Because you're going to expose it.